Have you ever poured your entire heart and soul into someone only to have them shatter it into a million pieces? I have. And let me tell you, the story doesn't end with my tears. It ends with karma, and karma, my friends, is a dish best served cold. My ex, let's call him Mark, and I were together for 3 years. We were that couple, the one finishing each other's sentences, planning a future with a house and a golden retriever, the whole 9 yards. I thought he was my forever. But forever, it turns out, has an expiration date. It all started subtly. The late nights at work, the phone that was suddenly glued to his hand and always face down. When I asked, he'd just laugh it off, calling me paranoid. He made me feel like I was the crazy one, like my intuition was just insecurity. But that gut feeling, it's really wrong. The truth came out on our 3rd anniversary. I had planned a surprise dinner at our favorite restaurant. I was sitting there, all dressed up, clutching a gift, waiting. An hour passed. Then, too, my calls went straight to voicemail. Finally, a friend sent me a screenshot. It was from another woman's social media. A picture of her and Mark kissing at a bar just a few blocks away. The caption read, 3 months with my man. 3 months. I felt like the world had dropped out from under me. I went home, my heart a lead weight in my chest. When Mark finally stumbled in around 2 a.m., reeking of cheap perfume and alcohol, I confronted him. I showed him the picture, and you know what he did? He laughed. He actually laughed in my face. He told me it was just a fling, that it meant nothing, and that I should just get over it. He said, "What are you going to do? Cry about it?" That laugh, that dismissal of my pain, that was the moment everything changed. The love I had for him curdled into something else, something cold and determined. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just said, okay, and went to bed. The next morning, I packed a bag while he was sleeping off his hangover. But I wasn't just leaving. Oh no. Mark was a freelance graphic designer, and a very proud one at that. His entire portfolio, his client list, his works in progress, everything was on his prized high-end laptop. He was in the middle of a massive project for a huge tech company, a project he'd been bragging about for weeks. It was his big break. Before I walked out that door for the last time, I did something. It wasn't destructive, not in the way you might think. It was much more clever. Mark had a terrible habit. He used the same simple password for everything. His laptop, his email, his cloud storage, everything. It was our anniversary date. The irony was almost poetic. I logged into his cloud account and meticulously, folder by folder, I moved every single one of his design files into a new, deeply nested, password-protected archive. The password? Something he would never, ever guess in a million years. It was the name of the woman from the picture. Then I wiped the cloud clean. Every last file, poof, gone. For good measure, I logged into his laptop and changed that password too. Finally, I logged out of all his accounts and cleared the browser history. It was like I was a ghost. I left his apartment and never looked back. I blocked his number, blocked him on every social media platform, and told our mutual friends that if they valued our friendship, they would not give him my new number. The silence was deafening, and for a few days it was blissful. Then came the storm. About 48 hours later, I started getting frantic emails from unknown accounts. It was Mark. Where are my files? What did you do? The panic was palpable even through the text. He was spiraling. His multi-thousand-dollar project was due, and he had nothing. Not a single file. His entire professional life had vanished overnight. He tried everything. He emailed me apologies, declarations of love, and then predictably furious threats. He accused me of ruining his life. The same man who laughed at my heartbreak was now begging, pleading, and raging because his precious career was on the line. The best part? Our mutual friends started telling me the fallout. The tech company dropped him, and word got around the freelance community that he was unreliable. His reputation, which he had spent years building, was in tatters. He lost his big break, his client list, and a significant amount of money. The other woman? Apparently, she didn't stick around when he became a broke, stressed out mess. Last I heard, he had to move back in with his parents. Do I feel bad? Not for a second. He didn't just cheat on me. He mocked my pain. He laughed at my loyalty. He showed me a complete and utter lack of respect. I didn't ruin his life. I just took away the tools he used to build it, the same way he took away the trust I used to build ours. He handed me the matches and was surprised when I lit the fire. Some might call it revenge. I call it an expensive lesson in karma. He thought my tears were a joke, but my silence cost him his career. My breakup story isn't about heartbreak. It's about taking your power back. It's about realizing that sometimes the best way to heal is to make sure the person who hurt you understands that actions have consequences. He wanted to know what I was going to do. Well, he found out. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've ever been through something similar, know that you are strong and you will get through it. Sometimes the best revenge is living well, and sometimes it's a password-protected archive. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories. See you next time.